Yeah, good morning. You're listening to AM Ocala Live. Good morning. Happy Tuesday, everybody. Tuesday as May 5th, Cinco de Mayo. Good morning. You're listening to AM Ocala Live, 96.3 FM, 1370 AM. I'm your host, Adam McGillen, for AM Ocala Live this morning. Like we said, Tuesday, May 5th, making our way through this first full week of May. And as we say good morning, more people on the road this morning as things are more opened up towards getting back to some normalcy. As we say, be careful on the roads this morning, as getting back into the swing of things of the morning AM drive for a lot of people who are trying to make it to work on time at the same time. Deal with a little bit of a patchy fog this morning, which is just kind of lingering around, making it just a little bit heavy with the defrosters on this morning to try to get the balance of what needs to be done to get that haziness off the windscreen there, or the windshield, as it is going to be a beautiful day. As it was yesterday, just been gorgeous weather here so far. With the cooler mornings, makes you think, well, if we're hitting 90s by the afternoon, but still 60s for the low, that gives you the sign that spring is still there. And today there is, like we said, areas of dense fog, so do be careful. It's your morning drive, as there's more traffic on the road with things and businesses opening back up and getting back to some normal, as we were talking about with stay-at-home order dissolved and phase 1 being implemented and all that stuff, as we have areas of dense fog before 9 a.m., which should burn off. Otherwise, sunny skies, high near 90 today. Light southwest wind becoming 8 to 13 miles per hour this morning. So it's going to get a little bit breezy, but the cool thing about it being breezy is it takes away a little bit of that heat. So we know that it's going up to 90, but it might not feel like that with that good breeze blowing. As we move into tonight, we'll have increasing cloudiness, with a low around 65. And with that increasing cloudiness, it gives us an opportunity for Wednesday to have a 40% chance of showers and maybe a thunderstorm between the afternoon hours of 12 and 5 p.m. Other than that, mostly sunny skies there tomorrow with a high near 87. Again, breezy, to stir it up to get those ingredients of a possible thunderstorm, like we said there in the afternoon. Wednesday night, mostly clear with a low around 55, and still just a touch breezy there in the evening hours of Wednesday night. As we said, for the chance of rain Wednesday, gonna clear out through the night on Wednesday. And what that does is give us, which is absolutely glorious. It may be too cool for some people, but we're going to see a low of 55, like we said, and then for Thursday, only a high of the mid-70s. Absolutely sunny skies, high near 77, with a little bit of a breeziness on Thursday. Friday, clear, sunny, 84. Saturday, getting into a little bit more chance of showers, but nonetheless, for most of it, partly sunny skies, high near 84. So with May, absolutely gorgeous. For Mother's Day, as we were talking yesterday, with that coming up this weekend, and I'm sure there's going to be so many people looking forward to experience a little bit of a holiday beyond the reach and grasp of the COVID-19 stuff, knowing that we can resume a little bit of our lives, if you will. And Mother's Day being Sunday, the weather for Sunday, a 30% chance of showers, but mainly partly sunny skies, high near 79. So just a beautiful weather week coming up here. Just we're living in it, baby. That's it. Good stuff. Now, it is Tuesday. Everybody loves Tuesdays here, AM Ocala Live. Of course, we got a good show for you lined up. Hey, we got a good show for you. As it is Cinco de Mayo, today's Cinco de Mayo, the Mexican Americans with festive dress, parades, and, of course, food. Typical spreads for the holiday, right? Includes tacos, guacamole, tequila drinks. Hey, that's right. Today is Tuesday, Cinco de Mayo, but it's Taco Tuesday. Huh? That lined up pretty good. I guess you got to give a little bit to get a little bit, right? COVID-19 and murder hornets. But, hey, at least we got a deal on tacos on Cinco de Mayo. So that's pretty good, Cinco de Mayo. So with a good show we got lined up for you. Of course, we're going to get the conversation rolling here after the bottom of the 7 o'clock hour to steamroll this Tuesday through the work week here. And at 8 o'clock, we'll be talking with Galen from Life South Community Blood Centers. And we'll be talking a little bit about what Life South Blood Centers and their expectations here coming into the phases of what they're doing with elective surgeries now able to be done, and what that means for blood donors, what it will mean for donating plasma, and also with the expectations of the antibodies of COVID-19 and all that good stuff. So we'll be talking with Galen for the 8 o'clock hour. Down to the bottom of the 8 o'clock hour, we'll be doing news bits of news that we can chew on, a little bit going on within our community, and a little bit of fun national news to talk about a little bit. And of course, because it is Tuesday, we have at 9 o'clock, You've Got Garden, or In the Garden with Carol Ann. Carol Ann Baldwin will be in the studio to talk a little bit about, that's right, April showers, May flowers, as those who are still working in the patio, those who are still in the backyard trying to get some things together, maybe that victory garden. Whatever questions you have within that time, give us a call. She'll be in the studio to answer any of those questions. I think last week we had a good topic as we kind of steamrolled just a lot of things lately with the garden show. And we've obviously always talk about weather, which is a good thing. It's easy going to be talking about weather today because it's just a beautiful week and temperatures are good and the sun is shining, so there's not much there otherwise. But there's a little bit we were discussing in lieu of some flowers with what you can do with was it the coffee grounds or the acidity of what goes into the soil to change the colors. We were talking a little bit about. I know in the back half of the show, it began just a couple weeks ago where Florida was able to start their industry of actually industrially growing hemp as we're looked to be the model, as the state looked to be a model for the rest of the country on how and which the industry of growing hemp is going to be performed, I guess. But we had that topic going, and we had some other things. So it's going to be a good show today for that. And we'll run that from 9 o'clock to 10 o'clock, of course. And then at 10 o'clock, Auto Repair with Personal Care, Matt Gibbs. We'll have Sunrise Automotive, Matt Gibbs, in the studio to kind of roll on to the conversation about anything that needs to be done with your automotive vehicle. If you have any questions, give us a call within that segment. I'm sure Matt can answer them for you. And I think last week, I think somehow we've always generalized just a little subtopic somehow during the segment where we end up talking somehow about electrical cars in some way. So I'm sure we'll probably steamroll that part of the conversation as well. But like we said, good show for you lined up. And as it is Tuesday, we say, hey, we're making our way through this week, this beautiful weather week. Now that things are starting to change, in lieu of what is, like you said, phase one, some restaurants trying to get situated again, and where we're going to see coming the end of the week when it comes to barbers and hair salons and nail techs and all that stuff as they're working to make a decision on that. Because I can tell you what, I need a haircut. I didn't realize how long my hair got, and I didn't realize how long my son's hair is. Although with it being in his eyes, though, we did get a chance just to remove some of the bangs from being in his eyes, and we gave him that little Dutch boy look. But we could all use a haircut, and we'll see where we'll be at by the end of the week for that. We're going to take a short little break here, and when we come back, like we said, we're going to get the conversation rolling. You're listening to 96.3 FM, 1370 AM. And remember, we are streaming live, YouTube Live, WOCA, The Source Radio. As we begin the show this morning, we say thank you for listening, and we got a good show for you. And as it is Tuesday, it's going to feel good. I felt good for Monday to kind of feel like there's a rhythm coming back. There's a rhythm coming back within society or something. But we'll feel it. We'll be back after this. WOCA Ocala.
folks, RL here to tell you about Dairy Queen. Dairy Queen Silver Springs has been serving yummy foods and ice cream made fresh to order for 46 years. Their gift cards are perfect for those you love for any occasion. Our ice cream cakes are awesome. And as far as grilled foods, DQ does it right. From grilled chicken to our famous foot-long chili dogs. So come on down to Dairy Queen Silver Springs, where we always treat you like kings and queens.
Hi, this is Will.
And this is Wendy of Dex Imaging in Gainesville and Ocala. You know, we live and work in this community just like you, and we wanted to personally invite you to call us with any questions or concerns about your copiers or printers.
Like, how can I save money on my toner? That stuff's expensive.
In most cases, a complimentary workflow analysis has shown we can save your business 20 to 30% on printing cost.
Have you been kicking around the idea of going paperless? Are you considering a document management solution? Maybe you just want to ask some questions, but don't want to be bombarded by aggressive salespeople.
Give us a call. We'll be happy to answer your questions and show you how you can save money with our award-winning copiers and printers and our amazing service team.
Who, in case you didn't know, will be there in 4 hours or less to service your machine guaranteed, and we have a 97% first-time fix rate. Check us out at deximaging.com or give us a call.
In Ocala, dial 352-433-4090. That's 433-4090.
A sunny day for today, high 89 to 94. Tonight it will be clear and moonlit, low 64 to 67. For Wednesday, partial sunshine with a shower or thunderstorm in spots in the afternoon, high 86 to 90. Thursday, a full day of sunshine with a high 79 to 84. And sunny Friday, high 86 to 92. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm Kevin Snyder.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
Veterans Helping Veterans USA. Call 352-433-2320. We help veterans and their families with limited financial assistance, counseling, employment referrals, and a food and clothing bank. You can help in making a huge difference in the veterans' lives we serve by donating food, clothing, household items, or direct financial assistance. All donations are tax deductible. Veterans Helping Veterans USA. 352-433-2320. Thank you for your attention, and God bless America.
And good morning. You're listening to AM Ocala Live, WOCA, The Source, 96.3 FM, 1370 AM. We are streaming live, YouTube Live, WOCA, The Source Radio. As we do say here that we are broadcasting to you live from the Paddock Mall. As we say that, we know that in lieu of everything that's been going on, we know the mall's been shut down for some time. As we got the press release as of here this morning to announce the Paddock Mall is announcing its reopening for the Paddock Mall to reopen this Friday, May 8th. As the Paddock Mall plans to reopen on Friday, May 8th with reduced hours of 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Saturday and noon to 5:30 p.m. on Sunday. Planned reopening dates for individual tenants may vary, so guests are encouraged to call ahead and to follow along on Facebook and Instagram at the Paddock Mall, at Paddock Mall, for the most up-to-date information. As, of course, with this, the Paddock Mall remains focused on providing a safe and enjoyable experience for everyone. In the continued need to address the COVID-19, the center has proactively implemented additions for the Code of Conduct, effective immediately and until further notice. So these additions include the following of the practice of social distancing, staying 6 feet away, covering your mouth and nose with a cloth. Cloth face cover is recommended, not required. Don't gather in groups. Adhere to the individual tenants' COVID-19 policies that each store implements. and then adhere to all federal, state, and local regulations, recommendations, and mandates regarding COVID-19. So there you go. How about that? So the Paddock Mall looking to be back open here on Friday. So that's some good stuff. When we come back, we'll get the conversation rolling like we said. You're listening to WOCA Ocala, 96.3 FM, 1370 AM, The Source.
USA Radio News with Chris Barnes.
As the nation's COVID-19 death toll nears 70,000, President Trump will be heading to Arizona today for one of the only trips he's made outside the White House in weeks because of the pandemic. He'll be at a Honeywell aerospace plant that's now making N95 masks for first responders. In Flint, Michigan, 3 people charged with first-degree murder for the shooting death of a Family Dollar store security guard on Friday after he tried to enforce an order that all patrons wear masks. Prosecutors say he died after confronting Charmel Teague because her daughter wasn't wearing a mask, as Governor Gretchen Whitmer has ordered.
One of the black males started yelling at Munnerlyn about disrespecting his wife. The other black male then walks up to Munnerlyn and shoots Munnerlyn.
Teague is already in custody while the 2 men involved in the incident remain at large. And you're listening to USA Radio News.
Our U.S. Constitution is amazing. It's full of what's called negative rights, designed to protect us from the corrupt powers of a dictatorship.
Like our right to worship our own God, not some official state religion.
Our right to prevent the government from seizing our property without paying fair market value for it.
Or our right to be tried by a jury of our peers, people like us, not by some star tribunal.
And that's why America has become the richest, most just society in the world.
Other countries force so-called positive rights onto their citizens. These enable one group to take from another group their free speech, money, and choice by using government force. Socialists love wielding this power over people.
Sometimes we take our freedoms for granted, but we can lose our Bill of Rights and our Constitution and become like Venezuela or North Korea, failed, brutal socialist regimes.
We need your help to spread the good news about our amazing U.S. Constitution. Help us take back America. Go to ouramericanrights.com.
Brought to you by the American Media Council.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
The super buys just keep on coming at Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens in Ocala. Yes, we are open, and this week's deals are better than ever. For as little as $2.99, you get a great selection of Gerber daisies, bush daisy, Parsoni juniper, red ruffle azaleas, and much, much more. For just $3.99, take your pick from frostproof gardenia, Laura pedalum, pittosporum, African iris, juniper, boxwood, sweet viburnum, and much more. And of course, May is crepe myrtle time, and Bob Wines has more than anyone with prices starting at just $24.99 for a big number 4 size, bunches of different colors. And listen, if you buy dark red, white, or pink crepe myrtles, it's buy one, get one at half price. Don't forget the big BOGO on blueberries. That's every day at Bob Wines. Go to bobwinescamelliagardens.net and come on over. Bob Wines on 38th Street in Southeast Ocala, daily till 4:30 in the same blooming place since 1952.
I'm Jan from Palm Garden. The well-being and safety of our residents is our top priority and at the heart of every decision we make. There are no visitors permitted in our center, but family members are encouraged to reach out by phone or Skype, Facebook or FaceTime. Everyone is screened daily and wears a mask. New guests are tested and quarantined for 14 days. The response to these measures has been overwhelmingly positive. Thank you for your support and partnership. We are Palm Garden.
How would you like to become more competitive, effective, and profitable in difficult times? For most of us, the answer is obviously yes. Wednesday morning at 9:05, Greg Kowalik, president of Rapid Deployment Solutions, will be Adam's guest to tell us how Rapid Deployment Solutions has helped Fortune 100 customers do just that through the application of innovative technology. It's software for the modern age. Again, that's Wednesday at 9:05 a.m. News you can use from The Source, WOCA 1370 AM and 96.3 FM.
Pals Ocala Auto Repair fixes all makes and models. Pals makes sure that your vehicle's engine, mechanical, and electrical components are healthy at all times. Pals team would much rather see you drive to their shop for a full checkup than be towed in for a complex repair. Give Pals a call today to schedule your next service appointment. 352-414-2984. What? A nationwide warranty, 36 months or 36,000 miles, whichever comes first? Pals looks forward to servicing you and servicing your vehicle. 352-414-2984.
Hello, I'm Mark Sears with Regency Printing. With over 10 years in the printing business, I know you'll find Regency Printing the place for all your local printing needs. Plus, I have fax services, mailbox rentals, notary service, U.S. mail, pack and ship, all at one convenient location, 2375 Northeast 25th Avenue. Just look for the yellow signs. Regency Printing, 789-6683. That's 789-6683. Regency Printing.
WOCA.
A sunny day for today, high 89 to 94. Tonight it will be clear and moonlit, low 64 to 67. For Wednesday, partial sunshine with a shower or thunderstorm in spots in the afternoon, high 86 to 90. Thursday, a full day of sunshine with a high 79 to 84. And sunny Friday, high 86 to 92. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm Kevin Snyder.
Keep up with what's going on in the downtown area with Ocala Downtown Newspaper. Delivering thousands of newspapers to businesses in the downtown area, Ocala Downtown is there to keep you informed. They even have Tom's Picks, a free referral for people who are looking for a company to do work for them. Tom's Picks will refer the company that fits your needs, and all we ask in return is that you tell them where you heard about it. It's simple. For more info, just call Tom's Picks, 352-804-1223, and pick up your copy of the Downtown Ocala newspaper today.
And now read Ocala Downtown Newspaper online.
We are proud to announce the Conservative Watch Hour on WOCA 96.3 FM and 1370 AM every Friday at 11 a.m. Hosted by Annie Marie Delgado, President of Trump Team 2020 Florida, and her co-host Ann Vandersteel with SteelTruth.com. We are serving a higher level of excellence, and we are the only program of this type in this market. Don't miss your weekly dose of conservative talk radio. WOCA 11 a.m. Fridays, 96.3 and 1370 a.m.
WOCA.
You're listening to AM Ocala Live, WOCA, The Source, 96.3 FM, 1370 AM. Good morning, everybody. As it's Tuesday, getting your morning started here, AM Ocala Live. As we got a good show for you lined up for today, as we're coming up on 20 minutes before the top of the 8 o'clock hour, as we're rolling through this Tuesday. A beautiful day, as we said, a little bit of a patchy, foggy morning, as there's a little bit more moisture in the air. And with the temperatures where they're at, sitting about 60 degrees right now. And with that, some areas of some dense or patchy fog. So be careful out there on the way to work, as it poses a little bit more of a hazard, the visibility, as well as more traffic on the road, period. I know that's one thing that everybody's kind of getting adjusted to. If you were on the road before the stay-at-home order, and then on the road after the stay-at-home order, and then now what it's back to, it's that realization that there wasn't very many cars on the road for a time if you were going to work in the morning and stuff like that. But now it's kind of getting ramped back up, so do be careful out there, like we said, with areas of dense fog also, which should expect to burn off within the next couple hours. For sure, which will give way to sunny skies and a high near 90 today, which is just fantastic. Now, with the talk of all of the how do you say, phase one stuff that's been going on, obviously, with the stay-at-home order now dissolved, with the other governor order intact, with the idea of phase one, it gave restaurants and small businesses the opportunity open, as long as you weren't a barber or hairstylist, salon, nail tech, all that stuff. It gave you the opportunity to open with the expectation of 25% of the capacity, occupancy. While they say here reopening day, many local restaurants were open for dining. According to the Ocala Star banner, while restaurant dining rooms stayed closed for more than a month due to COVID-19 pandemic, traffic at some locales was not very overwhelming. It says on Monday, many restaurants opened their dining areas on a limited basis for the first time in more than a month due to the statewide COVID-19 lockdown. And while there was excitement, there really wasn't a rush of customers. Patrons were steady, but not overwhelming through early evening, according to several locations that had been contacted. The Sayulita Taqueria in downtown Ocala was one of the establishments that opened its dining under the 25% capacity limit allowed by the state. While local officials are petitioning that Governor Ron DeSantis should let Marion County restaurants go to a 50% capacity, the demand may not be there yet. It says, quote, "We had a good little lunch pop, but it has not been that busy. But it's really okay. We're running, or we're having to train some new people, and we've been getting lots of calls, and some people are just getting a feel for it," said the one who owns the Sayulita Taqueria, as mentioned by Bill Hemmering. And he said takeout orders are still coming in very well. Charlie Horse of Ocala reported steady traffic, including some of the restaurant's regulars. And it says here, quote, "For the most part, everyone is excited that they're back up. It's been great to see everyone again, and hopefully we can get back to the normal way of life," said Danny Robertson, one of the Charlie Horse owners. He said diners are doing their best, adhering to the social distancing guidelines very well. It says here, quote, "Everyone's caution and showing a lot of respect for one another. We really appreciate the feedback and support," Robertson said. At Ocala Restaurant Scene, a Star Banner Face group, many followers plan to wait before venturing out to eat, saying, "I don't plan on sitting in a restaurant or resuming any normal activities until there is a continuous trend of a downfall in cases," wrote Brooke Hawks. It says here that a lot of them, according to Sharon Cummings-Zurich, one of those ready to sit down for a meal, says, "I can't wait to walk in and sit down and support my local restaurants," she wrote. Not everybody reopened on Monday. At the Italian restaurant Mesa de Notte, they decided to wait a week before opening the dining room, but did start curbside service on Monday. Said, "We've been doing a limited menu for takeout on Friday and Saturday. We decided to wait so we can make a few changes and take the week to make sure we are well prepared," said Julian Azzarano, the restaurant's general manager. On Tuesday, La Cuisine opened up, said Oldie Perrin, who, along with her husband Patrice, owns the downtown French restaurant. She said reservations are starting to come in, but they are all slow. It says those who are making reservations are eager to have a meal, however. And it says here, quote, "We will open the patio and dining area and follow the 25% capacity. We will still do curbside, and I'm actually surprised by the response by people, as there is a cabin fever that must be going on," end quote. It says diners enjoy the outside seating at the courtyard at the Sayulita Taqueria on Monday, as they filled in for a little bit of a little pop for lunch. So with that, it's the idea that there is a little bit of an awakening, if you will, with many of the local restaurants trying to take their stab at just at least opening up and get out there and support them best you can. And that's where we're at now. It's your right. If you want to stay home and not participate, that's fine. For those who want to get out there and support them, give them a call ahead, see if they're going to be opening up. And that's for sure that they're all going to need the business. And like I said, it's going to be interesting to see, what comes up later this weekend with the idea of the Mother's Day holiday and all that stuff. But we've got a caller. Good morning, WOCA. You're on the air.
Good morning. Good morning. You were talking about the Grammys yesterday, and I thought I would tell you who the very first Grammy was awarded to.
Yeah, because we were talking...
it was in the category of vocal groups. That was the first category called.
Vocal groups.
And it was Louis Prima and Keely Smith for the song Old Black Magic.
Huh. Interesting. And for the listeners out there, as we were talking yesterday, as we did our segment on this day in history, as we had Lena Williams in the studio with us, as we were saying that back in 1959, on May the 4th, 1959, was the first ever Grammy Awards that had taken place. And like you said, those were the first awarded. Interesting. Thank you, partner. Thanks for listening, too. That's pretty cool. Something to bring to the show that was even mentioned yesterday. I appreciate that, partner. But, yeah, interesting nonetheless. As it was here, as we were rolling through here, I saw this very interesting article here of a Palm Beach resident who found this object. I guess you could say. I guess you could just call it an object to generalize it. Palm Beach resident who found this object knew it wasn't supposed to be there, but had no idea what it was. It was a weird UFO-looking disc found on the beach, but it's not as unusual as you may think. Now, the picture of this makes it look unusual, as it reminds you of, picture a very large round table, and just the top of the table is almost looking like a steel gray with about 8 ropes coming off of it towards the middle. It's very, very interesting. As this come up, this was found in an article here on Ocala Star Banner. It says the Palm Beach resident who found this UFO-type object on the beach knew it wasn't supposed to be there, but had no idea what it was. So it went on to read that a plastic disc as tall as a man and strung with knotty ropes like jellyfish tentacles was found marooned on Palm Beach over the weekend after traversing the tropical Atlantic as a fugitive. In other words, it says despite its sea-battered state, the contraption discovered Saturday was a sophisticated version of what they call a fish aggregating device, an apparatus used often in waters off the West African coast to attract tuna. A very interesting looking thing here. It says these devices, which can be as rudimentary as bamboo or oil jugs lashed together with netting hung beneath them, have been increasingly spotted on Florida beaches, although scientists are unsure if it's because there are more of them or if people are just reporting them more. In other words, if the devices find their way into the north equatorial current and are whisked towards the Caribbean, they can be harmful, obviously, to the environment, bashing coral heads and drowning sea turtles in the nets, and then dangling up to 300 feet deep. It says Saturday's find of this weird UFO object or fish aggregating device. Saturday's find was made on the beach in front of Palm Beach Par 3 golf course by a resident who didn't know what the odd object was, but knew it didn't belong there. Quote, he knew it was enough importance to send me a photograph of it, said Diane Bueller, founder of the nonprofit Friends of Palm Beach, which regularly cleans the beach of trash, saying, quote, the plastic would take forever to break down, but it does gather all the goodies like barnacles and stuff like that attract fish. It says here that the bump of the Ocala the bump of Palm Beach County's coastlines make it a hot spot for fish aggregating devices, or what they call FADs, or FADs, fish aggregating devices. So these FADs, if they get caught up in the Gulf Stream, they'll make their way towards the Florida coast. It says here, David Kerstetter, an associate professor with the Nova Southeastern University's Department of Marine and Environmental Sciences, said that these fish aggregating devices have been found in the Gulf of Mexico, Ireland, the Azores, and they travel the ocean currents. Kersetter, who monitors these fish aggregating devices or FADs through the Caribbean FAD Tracking Project, picked up the device found Saturday after Bueller brought it into her house. He said that the project will log the details of the fish aggregating device in an effort to ultimately determine what impacts they are having on the environment. So I guess they must be finding a bunch of these. As with more high-tech FADs or fish aggregating devices, that's the words of the day, by the way, fish aggregating devices. The recent find came with about a 10-pound buoy that is solar-powered and includes a GPS locator so fishermen can more easily find the devices at sea. Fish that congregate under the device are gathered by a Persian, or a large wall of netting that encircles an entire area or school of fish with a line that can close the net at the bottom. Now, adult tuna, bullfish, and dolphinfish are the target catch for these fish aggregating devices, but juvenile fish, sharks, and other species also get caught up within the catch. It says the Pew Charitable Trust estimated that 81,000 to 121,000 fish aggregating devices were deployed in 2013. Bueller said that her beach cleaners have found pieces of the devices for years, but didn't know what they were until 2019, when a large plastic, intact fish aggregating device similar to what they found Saturday was found. And it says here, quote, "The pandemic I've been dealing with for 2 decades now is plastics in the ocean," Bueller said. So that's an interesting one. If you all, for the listeners out there, if you get a chance, look up that one. That's just something interesting that comes along with living in Florida near the coastline, for something interesting that comes along with something sea swept. But the way it looks, it's kind of crazy, just exactly what you would think it is right away. But like they said, they're considered to be fish aggregating devices. Now, they showed a picture here, like they said, of where and how they could be getting to the Florida coast, as the equatorial current, the north equatorial current, as they're showing here, if these things end up off the coast of Africa, because some of them do look a little bit primitive in a way to be put together to catch fish. If they get caught up in the currents, they show an illustration here of how the current works, and it's no wonder that these would wash up on a Florida shoreline. So that's kind of interesting. Yeah. Anyway, we're going to take a short little break, and when we come back, we'll round out this 7 o'clock hour. Stay tuned. You're listening to 96.3 FM, 1370 AM, The Source, and we'll be back right after this.
This is Will.
And this is Wendy of Dex Imaging in Gainesville and Ocala. You know, we live and work in this community just like you, and we wanted to personally invite you to call us with any questions or concerns about your copiers or printers.
Like, how can I save money on my toner? That stuff's expensive.
In most cases, a complimentary workflow analysis has shown we can save your business 20 to 30% on printing cost.
Have you been kicking around the idea of going paperless? Are you considering a document management solution? Maybe you just want to ask some questions, but don't want to be bombarded by aggressive salespeople.
Give us a call. We'll be happy to answer your questions and show you how you can save money with our award-winning copiers and printers and our amazing service team,
who, in case you didn't know, will be there in 4 hours or less to service your machine, guaranteed. And we have a 97% first-time fix rate. Check us out at deximaging.com or give us a call.
In Ocala, dial 352-433-4090. That's 433-4090. Tick-tock. The days fly by, and we find tax season is upon us once again. Not to worry, though. With a reputable CPA firm on your side, you can rest assured that all of your needs will be handled in a professional and thorough manner. Robson, Scribner & Stewart is just that firm. They're there for their clients year-round, not just during tax season, to handle your needs and answer any questions you may encounter. At Robson, Scribner & Stewart, there is no client too small or too large. Their expertise ranges from the single individual to the largest of corporations. Get your return prepared by a professional who will use their years of experience to ensure that your tax return's outcome will leave you in the best possible position. Call them today at 694-4184. Robson, Scribner & Stewart. They're there for you today. Again, that number is 694-4184. Time is of the essence, so don't delay. 694-4184.
A sunny day for today, high 89 to 94. Tonight it will be clear and moonlit, low 64 to 67. For Wednesday, partial sunshine with a shower or thunderstorm in spots in the afternoon, high 86 to 90. Thursday, a full day of sunshine with a high 79 to 84. And sunny Friday, high 86 to 92. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm Kevin Snyder.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
And you're listening to AM Ocala Live, WOCA, The Sources. We're back, 96.3 FM, 1370 AM. Making our way through this early morning Tuesday, May 5th, Cinco de Mayo. Hey! Taco Tuesday, too, by the way, for a lot of places that I know that sell Mexican food. That's a win-win. That's a win-win, isn't it? Nothing like an ice-cold Corona on a Taco Tuesday for Cinco de Mayo. Do you think overall, they said in the beginning of the COVID-19 stuff in lieu of the novel coronavirus that it had hurt Corona Las Cervezas, the Corona beer's sales. And I've been telling my friends, I've been thinking like Corona needs to advertise it because as much as it's been talked about, everybody associates a Corona beer when you hear the word coronavirus, right? But you need some harder inflection in the advertisements to separate the pronunciation of the coronavirus from the Corona beer. Because you say it like I am, a Midwest American coronavirus, Corona beer. Corona. You need something Latin flavor there to advertise that better so you can sell those beers. And now they get the seltzers. I know they've been pushing those hard. Between the White Claws, I think, is one. The Bon Vivs is another. All this, I don't know where I'm going with this, but the idea of these seltzer-type malt beverages is kind of interesting, considering that I know back in the 90s, Zima was brought to the market where it was a malt beverage that was substantially there as a light, very, very light, colorless beverage that had just a little taste of it, kind of like a sparkling water that got you drunk or had alcohol in it. And then that went by the wayside because it wasn't popular, taken off the market. And I feel like all they did was rebrand what was Zima by putting a little effervescence of fruit flavor in it and then marketing it as completely something else. Interesting. But anyway, as we're moving on here, Cinco de Mayo, that's what we're talking about, May 5th. As we're making our way to the top of the 8 o'clock hour, as we are getting this conversation rolling, as we see certain things coming back to the idea here, it says Marion County taxman returneth. As besides collecting taxes, the office also handles car registrations and driver's license. Branches had been closed because of coronavirus, and several offices of the Marion County Tax Collector reopened Monday to the long lines and new precautions to protect against COVID-19. The offices in Summerfield and Silver Springs remain closed. All other offices opened at 8 a.m. and closed at 4:30 p.m., which is where they're at today. It's been very busy. Quote, there's been a lot of pent-up need over the last month, said tax collector George Albright. It says lines stretched out the building onto a grassy area next to the building at the main office at 503 Southeast 25th Avenue. Those in line, yep, they stayed 6 feet apart from one another as recommended by the CDC, Center for Disease Control, for the prevention and limit the spread of the new coronavirus. It said, Albright said, while the office was busy, the mood was good. The mood is as good as it can be when you're at a government building or tax collector's office to take care of the business you need. And things were moving slowly. There were law enforcement officers on the scene to help keep things orderly. Yikes. Anyway, employees inside the office were all wearing the face masks, and workers also wiped down the counters after assisting each other and each person after entering the office, and must undergo a COVID-19 type screening process. And besides paying taxes, the officials also issue car registrations and driver's license. So there you go. Take care of that business. 8 o'clock hour, WOCA Ocala. We're back after this.
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster. Members of the Senate and their staffs are back at work again today. Some wearing masks, told to keep their distance, for confirmation votes on Trump administration nominees and federal judges.
On the Senate agenda, a hearing today over the nomination of former Congressman John Ratcliffe for the director of